Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Final Fantasy X-2. We have just literally collected the ribbon and we are continuing along the underground in Bevelles. So just hop up here and collect an old chest for an ether, and we're just going at like full speed ahead because we spent so long in that bloody minigame or puzzle trying to get the ribbon accessory. But we have it, and as you can see, no hassle. Just put the two girls in warrior, have alchemist, and you can have strong heavy hitters. And we're just going to turn off encounters now for a quick second, but if you go right at the crossroads and like activate this little platform, you get a lovely new garment grid. So just collect that from the treasure chest down here. You get the downtrotter garment grid, and that's kind of the other, you know, parallel area there to the ribbon accessory that we just got. So that will also not be the last of the really cool items we get in this area. So Bevelles is so full of secrets, like Gretchen Wiener's hair.
That's why her hair is so big. It's full of secrets.
But we have no need to worry that much about encounters because we are quite powerful as we are. Now, for ages, I didn't know that you could actually interact with this big contraptional area. And there's actually really cool bits and bobs here that you want to collect.
Sphere with you-know-who in it. Wasn't it recorded here?
Get your head out of the clouds and move it!
Oh, LeBlanc. So aggressive.
There's a connection. Everything is connected. I can feel it.
But what's super cool about this particular area is you see the thing moving, and you aren't able to jump on it while it's moving. But then if you just step towards the camera, you can touch that pad and it will stop. And then if you touch the pad again, it will restart. And once you do that, the game kind of goes, oh, we'll let Riku get involved here and allow you to stop and start the machine there on command. So now that it's down low, you can jump up, and what we want to do is get around to the other side of this contraption because there are treasure chests on the inner wall. And we just need to have Riku help us out so we can control when and where this stops and starts.
Careful! Just say the word and I'll move the platforms!
So with a press of Z, when Yuna's in a safe space, she has to kind of be in the middle of the column or completely off this machine. So what we're going to do is we're going to just run to the right hand side here, follow this little claw down, and we can jump to this area here. And we're just going to run from one end to the other and just check if there is a treasure chest, which there is there. We can see that just slightly higher, unfortunately. So we're going to need to have the platform be one platform higher than it currently is. So we're going to just watch, and once we see it at that level, we're going to press Z to have it stop. Now, so we can press it now, and or you can see another doorway there, so we may be just trying to get a bit more of an ideal platform. But that's basically all we're trying to do, is we're watching, okay, where can I get on, where can I get off, and will it work out for us in getting to the level of the area that we need to get to. And with 4 times speed, it just hastens up a little bit. But now we can get the Bloodlust accessory, a very, very powerful accessory that is quite useful indeed. And the only other place I want to kind of get to is I want to get to the area that is a lot lower. So you can see the little doorway there, so let's try and make it work out. And what also helps is to kind of keep Yuna in a space where you can see what level she's on in relation to where everything else is. And so long as there is a platform that she can jump to on that level, and a platform that is at the level that we're trying to get to, we'll be pretty a-okay. So these ones aren't ideal because they're all kind of the same levels. You have to wait for them to like change an awful lot. And now we see that it is at the lower end for that little doorway. So we're going to just run and just jump around the little machine. Eventually, 4 times speed is a blessing in some ways and a curse in other ways. But we just run through here, and there's another treasure chest at the end here. And we get the wring accessory. So between Bloodlust and Wring, some incredibly powerful accessories. And in reality, we could have just hopped on, but because it doesn't really matter once we can get to the center. We just need the area to be slightly lowered so we can jump off. But it's a bit of a, I won't say a time waste, it's much less of a time waste than the other puzzle we had, but the accessories that we get is just something that is totally unbelievable, like how good the stuff is there. But again, completely hidden, I suppose, is the best word for it, because unless you literally run against the camera and discover this whole, you know, button sequence and interact with the button multiple times, like, you'll never know you're able to interact with it. You'll never know you can like run along this machine and collect stuff the other side. So all in all, crazy. And then like you find another treasure chest over here and it's like Phoenix Down, and it's like, yeah, you got 2 of the best accessories in the game just 50 feet the other direction, you know. But here is another puzzle, and the reward for this will be a new dress sphere, so we have to make sure that we get this right. So we're going to go to the left when we have the 3 little areas there. We're gonna snag the high potion, and so this one revolves around having 3 different hover crafts essentially. And so now that we see the left orb is glowing, when we go to the center one, we get brought to this particular area, and we get some activated pillars for us to jump across. So now what we need to do is activate the right and go up on that one, and we're brought to this area, and then we need to now that the two are up here, our next step is just to fall down again, and now only the right hand one is activated. And it brings us to the other side, which allows us to have all 4 of the jumpable platforms activated wherever else that may be, a bit further on in the dungeon. Not incredibly complex, but I mean, if you don't know how to make it work properly, it can be a bit of a pain. So then hop back in the one on the left again. And then all you have to do is jump on these 2 little pads. One extends out a bridge for you to jump, and the other deactivates the floating platform under the little hover boat. And then if you just jump into that, you are then brought to the area that we activated these little jumping pads for. And down the bottom here is a very powerful dress sphere, the Dark Knight. And we are literally going to be equipping that right now, but just up ahead is going to be another boss fight. And with this particular boss fight, it's going to be really important you have a garment grid with all the girls equipped with the gun mage. We are going to really want the gun mage for this upcoming fight, and we're going to want to save before we go into the fight to make sure we don't mess it up. So we're actually going to fight Barreleye, the youth league, or the the New Yevon leader, and he has a blue bullet we can learn. And the trick with getting him to do it is that we have to damage him 5 times. When he's damaged 5 times, he will then attack with this blue bulletable ability. And the trick is, and one of the reasons why I said in the last episode to talk to Barkeep and buy budget grenades if you're able to, or stock up on budget grenades, is because we're that strong that when we attack Barreleye, we're going to do too much damage to him and he'll die too quickly. Whereas you can just all throw budget grenades, do very little damage, and make him attack a lot quicker. Now, what I will do is throw potions at him and high potions at him to recover.
Cannot be trusted.
And you can be?
Touche. Yes, I suppose Yevon has brought that distrust upon itself. At any rate, you need not interfere. Leave Vegnagun to me.
What are you planning to do?
The only thing I can do. Keep those who would seek to harm Vegnagun away. Please leave.
Yuna. Riku. I'm going.
Pain.
What are you doing?
So I've all the girls in their gun mages now, and we're just going to throw some budget grenades. But if I was smart, I would have bought way more, so we can just spam them a lot. As you can see, it only does 20 damage, and basically every time he takes damage, he will use his blue bullet ability. And like, that's the only trick to this fight. Like, other than that, you could just attack him and he would die really quickly. So just keep one of the girls using White Wind. Maybe I should have had the Mighty Guard up sooner instead of the White Wind. But if in doubt, just heal him, and eventually you will end up getting the blue bullets on all of your girls. And I was just quite lucky. He actually used them on each girl one after the other, which was quite good. Now, here's the trick, and this is where Alchemist comes in handy. Riku is currently stopped, and the best way to cure stop is with a remedy. And obviously, all of our girls are max level alchemists, so they can have remedies in their stash. And I mean, the other option then is to just, and there we have our 5th budget grenade, 6th budget grenade. And in a second, he is going to use his blue bullet ability now. He's just going on a bit of a rampage, which is crazy.
Suffer!
And you see now both the girls are stopped, so I'm being a little bit reckless here, because while I am over leveled, it's like you can't just let him stop all your characters, being a bit ridiculous. But if all else fails, I don't know why I used this, in fairness, but like haste does remove stop, you know, but I could have also just used a remedy, but it wouldn't have been that bad. But yeah, we just need to get some white winds up, and I should have been putting up Mighty Guard earlier, because now they all have like no MP, so it's all just getting a bit risky. But this is kind of the game you have to play when, in reality, you can just throw really heavy hits and KO Barrelite too quickly.
Suffer!
So we're going to just hit him with an absorb. And now pain is stopped. So we're just hitting him with a scan. Like, he only has 3,000 hit points, and if you see me do a basic attack, 500. Like, he won't even, he would be, if all the girls were just attacking him, he'd be down in 2 minutes flat.
It's not over!
Ah! There!
And a new achievement rather is learned. So it's for one girl learning 5 blue bullets. So we got the trophy when Riku learned it, but we just wanted to make sure all the girls learned it, and we just take out Barrelite quite quickly.
You have your reasons.
Fill us in later, okay?
Much later.
Wait up!
With so many things woven together, what could be waiting where the threads meet?
So here we just have all of our Dark Knights, just showing off their sphere grid looks. Very, very cool dress sphere. Yuna having Tidus's ultimate weapon as well, the Churlabog. Super, super, super cool. But I just wanted to have one battle where you actually saw all the transformations. Sometimes I end up doing it off screen and you don't actually see them transforming in and out of their outfits. And for Dark Knight, it was just a really cool one, so I didn't want to let it go unceremoniously by, you know? So with that, all the girls have gone in and out of their outfits. Riku having Auron's ultimate weapon is it not. And now them all going back in. Now they have attack and darkness, and they also have super high defense and HP, so they're just really good tanky classes. They have darkness, which is like an AoE damage ability, which is really useful. And yeah, we're just going to run into the next area and basically finish chapter 2, guys. This next cutscene is pretty intense, but as you can see, here's where Vegnagun was, but as you can see by the vast emptiness, Vegnagun is here no longer. But Dark Bahamut is in its place.
No way.
What is this?
It's an AEON.
An AEON.
You must stop.
You want to get killed? We have no choice. Fight! You have to!
Yeah, we have no choice, you know. Now, you'll be grateful to know these are not as powerful as the Dark Aeons that we fought in 10. Could you imagine? We're just gonna get Matador's song up and running. But Yuki's now been cursed, which means she can't sphere change, which is a bit annoying. So we're just going to remedy that. And then get pain over. What is nice about the Dark Aeons, in general, is that they give 15 AP for defeating them. And we currently have 3 times the AP, so we're actually getting like 45. We're getting massive amounts of AP for this one Bahamut boss fight. But we have like Eunice team playing and everything. And, oh, it's just very, very sad. As they're all in their Dark Knight form. You can just fire off darknesses. But what darkness does do is it spends your HP to do damage. But right now we see 5, 4. Bahamut is counting down to his Mega Flare. And as you can see, with 3 times AP, even using items is counting as, you know, gaining AP. But thankfully, Mega Flare just takes a while to actually activate. We got a few extra hits in. But are we going to survive? Yeah, we were fine.
There!
200 and something. And with that we get tons of new abilities learned and a brand new achievement. And that's going to be the end of chapter 2, guys. Thanks for watching.
Why is this happening? I wish you were here with me. Thank you, Pain. You were right. We had to fight it, didn't we? recently.
You think it was Vegnagun? Unreal. How deep do you think it goes?
What? Where's Vegnagun?
Not here.
It must have fled in terror, knowing I was coming.
I don't think so.
I must report to Nuji Wuji at once. Boys, record this. Don't miss a single detail.
Yes, boss.
Vegnagun. Was it really here?
This isn't how it was supposed to be. The eternal calm. I can feel it crumbling, falling away from beneath our feet.